Hi, today I thought I would play and talk a bit about Warface, that is one of the free-to-play FPS games that I've played quite some through the years, and also made a few videos about it on my channel. You'll see me dominate quite some here when once more playing with the SV98 sniper, that is quite snappy in the game. And it took some time for me though to get into a game, and when I did it was TDM after TDM with only 3-4 players in each team. But after some time the lobby started to fill up with more players, and by the time this match started that you're watching now, I was pretty much warmed up for the real action. Warface has now been out for 10 years, believe it or not, since it was released already back in 2013. And the game was released for PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Android, Microsoft Windows, GeForce Now and Xbox 360. So it's been released for quite a few platforms over the years. The game still looks and plays pretty okay, running on the Crytek engine. And I believe that the possibility to both play PvP and PvE missions has been good for the game over the years, offering a bit of both worlds, you might say, a bit the same as the free-to-play shooter Shadowline is doing that I've covered on my channel, without any closer comparison between the two. There's still plus 1k players daily playing Warface from what I can see, and there's been a small increase of players the last 2 months, which isn't that bad considering that the game now is 10 years old and has a lot of competition from other shooters that has been quite newly released. Personally, I find it quite refreshing to go back and play a pretty straightforward shooter with different classes such as Rifleman, Engineer, Medic, Sniper or SED. The focus is still pretty much on the gameplay, which I like, even though I can spot some changes being made over the years in the game. I made a video recently about Call of Duty World at War, and I there talked about the importance, especially for me, to get back once in a while into games that have solid gunplay. I can't say that Warface is as good as World at War is or was for that sake, but for me, mostly playing as a sniper in most FPS games, it is pretty refreshing to be able to focus on my sniping and gameplay without having to worry too much about other gameplay features or circumstances that sometimes can become annoying. And I'm mainly referring to kill streaks or features that doesn't have to do with the actual gunplay. Even though Warface is a pretty simply designed shooter and concept, it still does what I wanted to do. It let me focus on the gunplay and have fun by doing so. I think that alone shows once again that FPS games doesn't have to be so complicated in order to be fun and entertaining to play. And I've said it before, sometimes less is more. So overall, at least at a short glimpse, it seems as if Warface is doing quite okay, once again considering that it's having its 10th year anniversary this year. So it's going to be interesting to see if the developers decide to do anything special, like a special event or anything around the fact that it has now become a 10-year-old game. As always in the comments, let me know if you've played Warface, and if you have, let me know your thoughts about it. It's once again pretty nice to come back to such an old game, if I may say so, that still has an audience playing it. I therefore get a feeling that the game can continue to do pretty okay at least a few more years to come, if the developers continue to update the game with new content, etc. At the same time I'm saying that, I start to wonder what would happen if they decided to plan and make a new Warface game, a Warface 2 or 2.0. Do you believe that it could be a good move? And if so, what would you like to see in the game? I mean, I do believe that these kind of games has a place also now in 2023 and forward. As mentioned earlier in the video, I guess you've heard it by now, I am a bit tired sometimes getting into these moments with the new shooters, with everything that is so over the top when it comes to attachments and weapons, design, and of course all the kill streaks in games such as Call of Duty, etc. You die from explosions, sometimes not really knowing where it's coming from. You're stunned for like 3 seconds. It's just a white screen. I think anyone that has played those kind of games kind of know what I'm saying here. It doesn't mean that I don't like that as well, but it does mean once again that I do like to get back into this very simplified FPS action focusing on the gunplay and the gameplay, and that's just all it takes sometimes to actually make something being fun and nice to play and also to come back to as a gamer. Okay, it's time to wrap things up, but as always, I want to say thank you for watching my video, and also I wish you a great day, game on and everything, and hope to see you soon again on my channel. Cheers!